Hello everyone, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. So I was hoping to build a door here. How much copper? Oh, you can't get access to this because you need some ability to jump up here. Okay, I was going to say, I thought I'm able to build an airlock, manual one. So let's install this. Actually, hold on now. Let's install this one down because this rover can only do certain tasks. So I want to prepare for a rocket to be able to get down here. So the rocket will land up here. And I'm waiting for that rocket to get back home so I can prepare it with some materials. I'm also waiting for this meteorite to land on this asteroid so I can see my meteor blaster, make sure that's happy and good. Currently not overheating, 31 degrees. So we're going to see what this does in terms of blasting some meteorites for the very first time. Very excited. Let's just have this heavy wire run all the way through. The idea is I want to protect solar panels. Just more of a test use case than anything else, but see how it goes. So my main thing I want to focus in right now is just this rocket and this meteorite. Yep, oh, hold on. We've got to keep this guy busy too. So maybe various things we can get him to do. Can I destroy it? We can rummage through that. Oh, a dupe has to do that. Well, that's fine. I look around but find nothing of interest, but I get a data bank nonetheless. So I need a dupe here to be able to dig down a little bit further. But I need a rocket platform to be able to actually land. Just curious, I've got these meteorites in the distance. If I look from this perspective, this asteroid, do I see meteorites in the distance? No? I have no idea exactly how to prepare for this mission of doing fossil hunting, so I'm going to pack all kinds of different materials with me in this rocket, just in case I need various things. I'm hoping maybe the best case scenario is I send a rocket over with the dupe. They can put on an Atmos suit. I can provide them with oxygen. They can go down into this. Oh, no, not, sorry, into this guy. Maybe the idea is I can dig up the fossils, I can put those fossils in the rocket, and we can do the rest of the stuff, or whatever that is, analysis or something, back on the homeworld. That may not be the case, but we'll see how it goes. This guy here is continuing. I'm not sure what I want to have on this particular asteroid. Because in the best case scenario, I'm going to put an Atmos suit right within these two tiles. Which means I might have to temporarily remove the carbon skimmer. But I'll have to also make sure I get more food available in that particular rocket for that mission. It is 1.9 cycles until I have my next meteorite. This will be the very first meteorite since building the blaster. Let's see, I'm short metal. Copper ore. Lots of places to still get copper. And this rocket's trying to discover what's here. point. Half a cycle into this rocket is landing. You can start to put in some interesting stuff on it. I don't know if I can do this in 1 or 2 missions. See how it goes. I think I can do it in 1 mission from this point. And I can do that if I load in some metal. Now I've got to get a Trailblazer on the rocket as well. We can get rid of the satellite, or the telescope, since we know everything in between here. These 2 meteorites are passing each other. 1.7 cycles until this arrives. Alright, I'll be back when this rocket lands. So just realized something over here in this asteroid. I've got a lot of crude oil building up, and the reason for that is I disabled a pipe when I put in this electrolyzer, so we're going to put this path back in so crude oil can make its way back to the home world. Oh, and that rocket has landed. This is 1.2 cycles away. Let's make sure we don't miss this. Okay, so now that this rocket is here, I don't want the telescope on it. I don't want a rover. So we'll get rid of those 2 things. We want to start charging it to be able to go on this mission. We'll start putting some rad bolts in. And then on the inside of this rocket, I'm going to take this away, at least for now. We're going to load it up with some more material. So let's do 10 tons of algae to start with. We'll want more than just algae. I'm going to get rid of some of the bed and that temporarily, just so I can make room for storage stuff. So this rocket is essentially going to be the fossil hunter. Get rid of this too. I'm going to get rid of these 2 because I'm going to put an Atmo suit in here. And we'll need to have a room for a pump as well. See if there's anything I can do on this asteroid with a rover. Very limited in what I can do, I'm thinking. There's not much metal. And I can't dig any further down. I tell them to look inside that secret area. Oh, I can't tell a rover to go somewhere. Oh, I can indirectly do that though. Just make this area here known. There's the temporal tear opener. Not going to be getting into that in this playthrough. I'm trying to decide if there's any lick. I see some water here. That actually might be useful to have access to. Pump. Create some oxygen over here. That should make its way up to the rocket eventually as well, possibly. Okay, so that's something for the rocket rover to be able to do. Back in this world, almost half charged here. Need to destroy this. See more algae going inside this rocket. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to start off. Maybe I have to do. I want to store some oxygen in a container. This is hard to see. I might destroy that. And what that's going to allow me to do is have a container of oxygen. So if I get into a real jam, I'll have that as a backup option. open up, probably cause an overpressuring inside the rocket, but that's better than having too much, or not enough oxygen. So we'll start with that. Let's put in some bins for other types of material that we want to put in on this mission. Again, I don't know what I need when I get there, so the more stuff the better in my mind. I might need steel. I don't think so, but let's just make some steel. I don't have much steel in the world. So get the dupes to start creating steel. Bring in some glass. Definitely metal. We need lots of metal. The dupes to dig out a little bit of metal that's kicking around. How are we doing? So oxygen's being stored here. Let's put in a lot of metal. Maybe even the full amount, 20 tons. What other stuff? Let's even build in general building material, such as igneous rock. Let's put in some ceramic, maybe 2 tons of that. Put in 2 tons of glass. Some manufactured material. Plastic also would make sense. So I'm going to destroy the... Oh, wait a minute. When I destroy this, does this release it into the air, or can it makes it a can? I don't think that's what I want it to do. Is that the overpressure? The insides of this rocket. That works with liquid reservoirs. I don't think it works with that. Let's see. 0.3 cycles until this arrives. Let's not miss that event. 0.3 cycles. I think these meteorites must be always timed to arrive at the same or the same time. Keep checking back to that while I make progress here. What's the pressure? Yeah, our pressure is weight. Nah, I didn't really mean to do that. I was thinking that was going to make a canister, because what I'd also like to do is have some liquid stored. And this will work. I shouldn't have done that. But this will make some canisters of water. So I'll have water as a storage. The dupes are starting to fill up these things. So whoever goes in here is going to have popped eardrums, unfortunately, but there'll be abundance of oxygen, so they can breathe at least. Rocket is charged. And we're just about a minute and a half until this thing arrives. So we've got less than a minute until this meteorite's going to arrive. Let's check on this world if there's any special activity prior to this meteorite. Looks like it's just doing its normal thing, going back and forth just before the meteorites arrive. And it is impacting now. We'll see if the... Oh, here comes a boom! Ah, looked like a firework. Another one. Even sounds like a firework. I'm a little bit worried if I filled this with enough blast shots. Oh, I think I did. I got quite a few. I can start to produce some more. So there it is. The meteor blaster. Oh, that one was a close one. You can again see the range for this guy. You can Let's see if you were extra paranoid. Maybe you want two of these together. Because I did see one drop pretty close. I think the idea is if you want to protect stuff, you don't want to build it up here. It's still going to take damage up here. So you have to build everything below this guy, or below around this point, it seems. But this is neat. Or if you want, you could I could have built this much higher up. So I've got more building spots underneath. I was not expecting it to look like a firework. That's kind of neat. I like it. Oh, it sees here how my blast shots are going through. It is going through them pretty quick. So maybe I'll go to the home world and I'll order some more to be created. Some pip eggs. Let's get them made out of copper. Make 50 of those. So I guess this will go on. Now, is heat increasing as it shoots? See, temperature's 32. Doesn't seem to be the case. So it's missing the asteroids that are on the side. That's expected. Alright, well, there it is. That's the Whatta Blast update, Meteor Blaster. New feature in the last update. There is one more feature. That's the fossil, so we gotta go after that. I don't know what's gonna be involved with that, so hence why we've got several bins here. Loading in some glass, some metal, material, ceramic, loading in a bunch of liquid. So we'll let that take its course because that's going to run for a while. Check this dupe. Okay, they found field there. Can discover what this question mark is. So before I forget, and send this rocket off on a mission. Also want to make sure we get lots of food. 12,000 calories. I want more than that. Let's bring in some pepper bread. It's going to up the morale of the dupe. Do a higher amount than usual. 20 kilograms. I'm going to make sure I select some pepper bread that's frozen. Pepper bread. It is in the deep freeze state. Excellent. So finally have excess amount of pepper bread. I needed to create more of these than I thought. I thought I only needed 3. But it looks like 4 or 5 I needed. Anyway. Let's go. Entombed. What? Huh. Guess this didn't work out so well after all. We've got a building that's entombed. Well, oh, and I can't actually get up here. I didn't save enough spot. So this building is actually not safe. This does an okay job, but not a great job of shooting meteorites. That's disappointing. That is disappointing. All that work, and it doesn't even actually protect 100% coverage. So maybe if I wanted that 100% coverage, I need 2 of these. Oh my goodness. Wow. Alright, it is what it is. But that's a little disappointing. Not super impressed, to be honest, with the Meteor Blaster. But it may be necessary in a few use cases, though. But it can become overwhelmed. And it's gone through a lot of blast shots. It only has one left. There's only a single one left. I think the meteor shower is over. So that indicates to me that the amount of blast shots you need for a meteorite is the full amount that this can be stored in there. Wow. I'm disappointed. I'm a little disappointed in this machine. The fireworks animation is kind of cool, but apart from that, the actual usefulness, I'm not convinced. Alright, let's direct our attention now to this rocket. We've got some liquid that we're bringing in. Some food. Food's not been put in. So I'm asking for pepper bread that's swept. Oops, have access to get to the rocket. My auto sweeper's putting these suits in automatically this time. That's nice. Oh, pepper bread got unselected here. That's in deep freeze. Okay, let me reselect that. So I should see a dupe pick that up. I'll head to the rocket. Maybe I just don't have enough pepper bread. But I have over 100,000 calories, so I'm not understanding. Where's all my pepper bread? Is this not picking up pepper bread? It is. Okay, I need to find out where my pepper bread is. I've got 100,000 calories somewhere. Oh, let's not store stuff in there. So if I click on pepper bread now, I see there it is, 135,000 calories. It's in a deep freeze state, so if I sweep this, it should now go into the rocket. Still can't get over the disappointments in the blaster. I mean, it did stop some of the meteorites. And I guess if my assumption is if you want to really protect your zone, you just need 2 of them in the area. And I don't think you would ever want to protect the whole sky. I mean, I guess you could, but you need a lot of these guys. I'm not super excited about the meteor blaster. I don't have high expectations for the fossils either. Let's go inside here. So now we've got 90,000 calories. I'm going to make sure that is emptied from the fridge. So pepper bread is sitting here. It's in a deep freeze state. It'll stay like that because that's in a vacuum. I'm just going to wait for the dupes to start to create. Let's remove that. I want the dupes to load in more material. This one is full, so I can destroy this. Well, so all there is then in this playthrough is to go over here and find out about these fossil fragments. in order to do that, I need to get stuff in this rocket loaded. Start to up the priority of these. Let's bring in these dupes, one of them at least. Bring over miner. Could at least, now that I've got the blaster, I've seen what I can see about that. I'd rather have miner here. They can help load the rocket if nothing else. Is there morale? Let's have a look at miner. Yeah, we can definitely give them some skills, particularly carrying and running. So we're putting copper in here. That's igneous rock. Some ceramic and glass. What did this dupe find? Another asteroid field? Alright, time for you to go back home. You might as well actually just stay in this world when you get there and help load that rocket. Because that's the only mission I really have, is to find out about these fossils. Again, I'm expecting to be disappointed, but maybe it will be something that actually is useful. We'll see. Alright, I'll let these dupes load these up, and I'll be back when this rocket has more stuff in it. Just discovered what's going on. The pips eat thimbleweed. So thank you, pips, for planting all of this, but in actuality, you need to go. That's why I don't have much thimbleweed. It's because they're chowing down on it. Yeah, I forgot about that. They eat arbor trees, but also thimbleweed. So that's why I've got a shortage of that and not able to make nearly as many paintings as I expected I could have. Oh, you pips. Alright, so I'll get those wrangled. I think I need to put pips in here. Oh yeah, I need 4 in there. 1 in there. 2 in there. Okay, so yeah, let's do some wrangling. Let's have a quick look at a rocket. So we've got all our metal. Let's up the priority of this. Otherwise we may never get there. Full thing of water. Almost full. There it is. So that is just 5 tons of water sitting here. I'll have 15 tons of water by the end. There's some igneous rock going in the rocket. So pips are probably the least of my worries. I'm seeing here I'm getting a gas vent overpressure. Let's try bringing that down to 200 and 200. Got no new water going in this time, so that's not the issue. Continual water being dumped on these, which is good from a cooling perspective. So I'm thinking I want to down the pressure in this area just a little bit. Fortunately, that means I'll need to destroy this. and rebuild it. So right now the pressure is about 150. Steam is being leaked out in space. It's 150, 149, 148. This is just going to make it a little bit more safe to operate. Gas vent overpressure still. 215 degrees or so. I almost wonder if we need to leave that open a little bit longer. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on that. Let's look at the inside of our rocket here. Let's up that back again. Destroy that. I had to roll back a little bit because I was seeing an issue over here. I want to catch that. Let's see what happens. I have gas vent overpressure. Is this thing going to melt down? Temperature is going down. It was 200 and something. It is 200 something again. It's going all over the place. Pressure hasn't gone down, even though I've got the single tile that's leaking out of space. We still have gas vent overpressure, unfortunately. So when I click on that, it's basically saying high gas or liquid pressure in the area. Hoping that it doesn't have to do with the liquid here, because I'm draining that quite a bit. This open tile is almost doing nothing to the pressure of this one. Alright, I'll let this drain down a bit, and I'll wait for this more supplies to be loaded in this rocket. Meltdown! Meltdown! Oh, ridiculous amount of radiation. Extreme hazard. Well, I guess now pressure has gone down. I could not get the pressure down. I will go roll back and see if I can get the pressure down by destroying more of these. In just one or two. Because that was not enough. So I've rolled back. And I'm going to try to destroy more of these. Really open up this area. And my goal is to get this down from 150. Right now it's 147. Which is fine. But I think we've got far too much liquid here. The other thing I could do is a way I could actually build another one of these, and that'd be a way of sort of slowly bringing in more water. I think 2 cycles before the big explosion. So it seems around 150 pressure is where things go wrong. We're at 140. Again, we roll back 2 cycles or so. So I'm opening up in space, hoping to take the pressure down. I'm aiming to get about 100 kilograms pressure instead of what we currently have. 132, 150 about in the center. So there's more pressure here. That makes sense. Because this is where the water is being dropped. And this is where it's turning steam, so it makes sense that this is where most of the pressure is being seen. So now we're at 140 in the core, 140 out here, 130. For our edges, we're about 127 on both sides. So I just filled this thing up with far too much water, essentially. Trying to decide if there's another way I can take this liquid out. Of course, I don't want to stop the cooling process. I guess that's part of the problem. But we'll see if we can get further along with the dropping the pressure. I'm going to wait till this goes down to about 100 kilograms. And I'll have to do some of the actions that I was doing before. Did I direct this dupe to go home? Nope, that has to be done again. Probably need to wrangle the pips because they're eating the thimble reed. Yes, they're munching away on it. And we still have 2 dupes here. I'm going to bring Miner back again. So we're going to teleport it. Doctor doesn't have anything to do. Don't enjoy the fact that that sort of forces you to go with them. So we have to dig into that. And I have to reload the copper again. This needs to be destroyed. Okay. I need to keep an eye on this because I don't want pressure to get too low either. 137. We're still above 100. It's taking a very long time to get pressure down. But this isn't complaining about being overpressured for the moment anyway. So I'm not sure how this is happening. I've opened up this area. Dupes have radiation poisoning being in here, taking all these tiles down. I still have 150 kilograms of pressure, but I just checked the pipes. And this one is disconnected again. I don't know how that happened. So is that one. I'm pretty sure I've done that before. This is really strange. I don't know why that occurred. Specific pipe there. So now this water is flowing. So what was happening, all these containers were being pushed in here, never being emptied back out again. Eventually this thing would have stopped providing water, which would have been bad. So I might actually roll back and fix that pipe rather than try to patch up all of this. So taking the pressure down, maybe not. It's taking the pressure down, it's not a bad thing. But the bad thing might be I have to get the dupes to repair this. And that's definitely going to cause some radiation poisoning on the base. So the reactor is happy at the moment. So I think we may have to... Oh, this rocket is now back. So yeah, we're going to keep this rocket here. We're going to concentrate on this rocket. Still needs a lot more material to be loaded into it. So I've disabled the refilling of this. That could just been related to this pipe. For some reason was disconnected once before, and it did that before. Still have my petroleum blocking that. Petroleum's blocking that. We're getting our red bolts. These dupes are going to take on a little bit of radiation poisoning. Radiation vomiting is occurring. It's just going to have to work itself out, unfortunately, for the time being. No idea how that pipe became disconnected once more. So we still have pressure of, now it's about 140, so it is dropping. Maybe by the time this gets closed off, we'll be okay. So I have a theory of what's going on here, or what happened. I think I'm building things on this far left tile. And maybe when I load and save games, it disconnects things in between the two. You know what, I'm going to test that out right now. The dupe's been through a really hard time trying to fix this issue going in here. I don't think they had to. I'm going to save this. I'm just going to call this test. I'm going to reload. We're going to see if my pipes are snapped when I come back. So just reload it. And we'll give this a second. Well, that's weird. That is weird. Look at that. Look at, okay, it didn't snap the pipe. But that's bizarre behavior. What? Let's see if I cannot reapply this or make that flow again. There we go. And the same thing up here. Look at that. Okay, this discovery in and of itself is valuable to know. But basically, never build anything specifically pipe related on the far left. Maybe it's the same thing on the far right side too. That is why this thing blew up. And the pressure kept going up and up because these were, okay, this is starting to fill. This is going to fill, so pressure is going to go as more and more liquid gets stored in here. Okay, that is a note for the future. Bill, push this thing over to the right. Sorry, dupes, that you had to had to go in there. You were trying to fix the wrong issue. Well, I think that in of itself is worth just knowing. And I'm going to say that's the end of this episode. I'm going to let the dupes load up this rocket here that I have with the materials that I put in. And then I'll be back and hopefully we'll be able to take this off, send it over here, and I can find out how to get the fossils, how to enable that feature, and what it does. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I will see you in a future episode. Thanks anyone for liking the video. Until later.